There is a strange truth about respect. The more loudly you demand it, the less of it you receive. The person who begs to be taken seriously never is. The person who explains why they deserve respect has already lost it. Respect is not given to those who ask. It is quietly handed to those who do not need to. Marcus Aurelius commanded the loyalty of an entire empire. Yet the historians tell us he almost never raised his voice. He did not chase respect. He did not perform for it. He simply became a man that respect could not help but follow. And that is the secret the Stoics understood. You do not earn respect with words. You command it with who you are, with how you carry yourself when no one is trying to impress anyone, with what you tolerate and what you refuse. In the next few minutes, I am going to give you 7 Stoic rules to command respect without saying a single word to defend yourself. And rule number 5 is the one that quietly changes how every person around you treats you. Before we begin, think of one person in your life who commands respect the moment they enter a room, without ever seeming to try. Hold them in mind, because by the end, you will understand exactly what they are doing and how to do it yourself. Let us begin. The first rule is the unhurried presence. Watch the people who are truly respected. They are never in a rush. They walk slowly. They speak slowly. They pause before they answer, as if their words are worth waiting for. The anxious man moves quickly. He fills every silence. He laughs a half-second too early. He rushes to agree. And without meaning to, he tells the whole room that he is not sure he belongs there. Seneca taught that a calm mind is the mark of true strength. When you slow down, when you refuse to be hurried by other people's energy, you send a silent signal. I am not here to chase your approval. I am at ease. And nothing commands respect like a person who is completely at ease with himself. So the next time you feel the urge to rush, to fill the gap, to prove yourself quickly, don't. Slow down. Let the pause belong to you. But presence alone is only the beginning. What you say inside that presence is the next rule. The second rule is speak less and mean more. The Stoics saw a clear link between silence and strength. Zeno, who founded Stoicism, said that we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we would listen twice as much as we speak. The person who talks constantly gives all their power away. They reveal every thought, every insecurity, every opinion, whether it was asked for or not. But the person who speaks rarely, and only with weight, makes every word matter. When they finally speak, the room leans in. This is not about being cold or distant. It is about discipline. Before you speak, ask, does this need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? Does it need to be said now? Most of what we say fails that test. Say less than you think. Keep some of yourself unspoken. Mystery is quiet power, and people respect what they cannot fully predict. But to speak with weight, you must first have standards worth respecting, and that is rule 3. The third rule is set boundaries you never break. Every person teaches others how to treat them, not with their words, but with what they allow. The moment you accept disrespect quietly, you have given permission for more of it. The Stoics were kind, but they were never doormats. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of history's most respected teachers, drew a firm line around his own dignity. He understood that some things are simply not up for negotiation. How you speak to me, how you treat my time, where my limits are. A boundary spoken once and then broken means nothing, but a boundary you calmly hold every single time, without anger, without a speech, becomes something people can feel. They learn, quietly, that with you, the line is real. You do not need to announce your standards, you only need to live by them without exception. But holding a boundary means staying steady when someone tests it, and that is rule 4. The fourth rule is stay unshaken when provoked. Nothing reveals a person's true power like the moment someone tries to rattle them. The insult, the provocation, the unfair remark designed to make you flinch. Most people fail this test instantly. They snap back, they defend, they let their face flush and their voice rise. And in doing so, they hand control to the very person who provoked them. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning that he would meet difficult, ungrateful, arrogant people, and that their behavior could not touch the calm inside him unless he allowed it. The Stoic stays level, unbothered, almost amused. When you refuse to be shaken, you show, without a word, that you are operating from a place they cannot reach. The person who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled, and people instinctively respect what they cannot control. But there is one rule more powerful than all of these, and almost nobody has the patience to use it. That is Rule 5. The fifth rule is let your actions speak, and nothing else. This is the rule that quietly changes everything. When you are doubted, underestimated, or dismissed, every instinct tells you to defend yourself, to explain, to list your achievements, to make them understand. The Stoic does the opposite. They say nothing, and let the results arrive on their own. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Simply be one. Do not tell people you are disciplined. Let them watch you keep your word. Do not tell them you are strong. Let them see how you handle what breaks others." An explanation invites debate. A result ends it. When you stop announcing who you are and simply become it, something shifts. The people who doubted you have nothing left to argue with. Your quiet consistency becomes undeniable. This is the deepest form of respect there is, the kind you never had to ask for. So stop explaining yourself. Let your actions carry the message your words never could. But before the world can respect you, one person has to first, and that is Rule 6. The sixth rule is respect yourself before anyone else. Here is something the Stoics understood deeply. The world takes its cue from you. People treat you in the end roughly the way you treat yourself. If you constantly apologize for existing, if you break your own promises, if you speak about yourself with contempt, others feel it, and they follow your lead. But if you keep your word to yourself, if you hold yourself to a quiet standard, if you refuse to abandon your own dignity, even when no one is watching, that self-respect radiates outward. People sense it before you say a single word. Marcus Aurelius did not seek the approval of the crowd, because his standard lived inside him. When your sense of worth comes from within, you stop performing for it. And paradoxically, that is exactly when the world begins to offer it freely. Stop outsourcing your worth to other people's opinions. Build it yourself, quietly, every day. But the final rule turns all of this outward, and it is Rule 7. The seventh rule is command respect by giving it. This is the mark of the true sovereign. Small people try to feel big by making others feel small. They talk over people, they belittle, they demand respect while offering none, and everyone sees through it. The genuinely powerful do the opposite. They treat the waiter and the king with the same steady dignity. They listen. They give others their full attention. Because a person secure in their own worth has no need to diminish anyone. Seneca said we should treat those beneath us as we would wish to be treated by those above us. When you give respect freely, not out of weakness, but out of strength, you become magnetic. People feel safe around you and valued, and there is nothing they will respect more. So there they are, 7 Stoic rules to command respect without saying a word. The unhurried presence. Speak less and mean more. Set boundaries you never break. Stay unshaken when provoked. Let your actions speak. Respect yourself first and command respect by giving it. Now here is the honest part. One of these is the rule you break the most. For some, it is the rushing. They move too fast, talk too much, and give their power away. For others, it is the boundary. They let disrespect slide to keep the peace. For others still, it is the explaining. They defend themselves when silence would have won. So ask yourself now, which of these 7 do you break the most? That single rule is where your respect is leaking away. Fix that one, and you will feel the difference in how people treat you before you ever say a word. Marcus Aurelius never demanded the respect of his empire. He simply became a man worthy of it and let the world catch up. Do the same, and you will never have to chase respect again. It will follow you, quietly, the way it always follows those who rule themselves first. If this gave you something worth keeping, stay a while. Subscribe to Stoic Sovereign, and let this be the place you return to whenever you are ready to become a little harder to shake, a little harder to ignore. Until then, rule yourself, and you will rule your life.